Here's the absolutely hysterical, wonderfully wild, cosmic adventure comedy, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Based on Douglas Adams' worldwide best-selling novels. That would be these right here. And starring an outrageous intergalactic cast, this is one ride you don't want to miss. Seconds before Earth is destroyed to make way for a new hyperspace express route, mild-mannered Arthur Dent is whisked into space by his best friend, an alien posing as an out-of-work actor. And the misadventures begin as he and fellow travelers, including the cool but dim-witted president of the galaxy, the Earth girl Trillian, and Marvin the paranoid android, search for the answers to the mystery of life, the universe, and everything. Spoilers, it's 42! And people don't particularly care for the answer. But the answer to life, if you ever need to know it, is 42. It has got some of the best cast that you could ask for. Sam Rockwell. Even Mos Def is absolutely brilliant. And,
Zooey Deschanel.
Zooey Deschanel. Very early film.
Alan Rickman, even.
Alan Rickman. I think this is like partway through the Harry Potter franchise this came out. So, this is after Snape. And, his second sci-fi film, the other wonderful Galaxy Quest.
Yes, I was going to say, he definitely plays sort of the same character as far as mentality.
Yeah, it was. I could see why they cast him because it was so good. Now, the computer, the chipper computer guy, I'm about 90% sure, and I can't quote it. I can't quote his name right now, but he's from that show Reno 911. Okay. The cop that always wore the short shorts and was the...
Could be. I'd have to look it up.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Okay.
That voice is I can hear it as I talk to you about him.
If you're on the casino table, you probably bet.
Yeah, 100. I couldn't tell you his name off the top of my head, but I can see his face when he talks.
With the aviators on and the short shorts.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Douglas Adams. This is the book. I have not read it. I was not familiar with Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy. So this was my first experience with this film.
I read him in middle school, and about the same time I was reading Nancy Drews and Wishbones. I mean that's the reading level. They're not particularly advanced books, but they will have you saying very interesting words. Man, I remember reading them and just, it's a very wonderful world that he paints and.
So how true do you think this film was to the source material?
Ooh.
It's hard though to adapt something like this, I would imagine.
Yeah, some of it was really well done.
Okay.
Especially the President of the Galaxy, played by Sam Rockwell.
We forgot the guy from The Hobbit. Martin Freeman.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not a big fan. This is a hot take. I'm not gonna lie to you, people. Just close your ears.
Okay, for it the guy from Fargo, from TV show, season 1 with Billy Bob and Martin Freeman. He's also in Black Panther. That guy.
I don't like Lord of the Rings.
I don't either.
I don't like Lord of the Rings.
So if you're watching and you like Lord of the Rings, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is.
Thanks for being here.
This is not the review for you.
No, I had never seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy before, and I felt like it was a violation of my senses at first because there's so many visuals in this that hit you, and the way that it's edited, and it's stunning.
Costumes,
and you're like, what am I watching? Because I hadn't, again, not familiar with the source material. You were, so you kind of expected that, right?
I will say the set pieces and the costumes and again, even for a guy like Mos Def who had not done a whole lot of acting at that point. I think he had done the Italian job before this. I can't remember which one's first yet again. But
16 Blocks, I think, is another one I've seen if he was in. Yeah.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
I know that's not his name anymore, so please don't go crazy. No, he goes by a religious name now. But yeah, this is about the same time he did Italian Job.
No, that's another good. It's a really good remake, Italian Job.
Oh yeah, no, that's an excellent movie.
But he comes down and he gets Martin Freeman, who is like the unlikely hero, right?
Yes, that is our unlikely hero. You don't get much plainer than Martin Freeman than Mr. Arthur Dent. He's just trying to save his house from being bulldozed because some highway needs to be built, and so the start of the movie is he's trying to keep himself from being bulldozed by
he even lays in front of the bulldozer.
Mm-hmm. And Mos Def picks him off the ground and says, "It's not really going to matter here in about 10 seconds anyway. Come on, let's go get a beer." And then about 10 seconds later, they've got their beer and they are gone, and the entire planet Earth has been removed for an interspace highway.
And he has history with Zooey Deschanel's character, right?
He meets her at a party,
yeah,
and they hit it off real well, and then he never sees her again, and this happens like I think it's only like a month or so before the
and then randomly like Sam Rockwell shows up in the beginning, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
His character is so out there, but he's so funny.
At
one point, he's like two characters, right?
Yeah, if you watch Men in Black 2,
okay,
like Johnny Knoxville has like the head and then a separate head. It's very much the same concept where Rockwell has two separate minds going at one time, and one's like a completely out of his gourd, like pretty much constantly stoned guy, and then the other guy is just like his inner voice going like, "Let me do weird stuff."
Yeah,
and like he flings his head back, and it's so good.
He ends up becoming president, right?
Yes,
or some sort of like,
and then he steals himself.
Right. So
he kidnaps himself.
Yeah, that's like the extremeness of this movie. It's so out there. We think you have the plot down, or you think you know where it's going to go.
Oh yeah,
it takes a different turn.
Oh man, Rockwell becomes the president, I think, to learn some of the secrets of the universe.
Yep.
And then he kidnaps himself along with a experimental reality warping space traveling device, and
Zoe,
and he's out there trying to find it. Oh man. Zooey Deschanel though, she just wants adventure in this movie, and I think she gets in a little over her head at certain points. Like, she's just like...
The character or the acting wise?
A little of both.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
How does it play in the book? How does that character play in the book?
You would ask that.
Different? So you're saying that Zooey Deschanel wasn't really like what you expected? The portrayal wasn't what you expected?
I feel like Zooey Deschanel doesn't play a whole lot of different characters.
Okay, in her filmography?
Yes, and so that's about the best way I can put that, is like Zooey Deschanel played a character the way Zooey Deschanel would.
It's New Girl.
Yes.
It's,
very much, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Who's that girl?
That's the best way I can put it. Like, anything I've seen Zooey Deschanel in, it's kind of the same character. And again, please don't...
Almost Famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very kind of... I want to say ditzy. But very, very kind of, like, bubbly, but also has, like, a really good intelligence to her. And is really good at wrapping everything up on a joke, that kind of thing. Like, she's very good at it.
Uh-huh.
And she's a very talented actress. I just feel like...
Doesn't have the range.
Yeah, I just feel like, she played a Zooey Deschanel character.
Yeah.
That's about the best way I can say that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alan Rickman, though, is an absolute delight.
Yes.
That voice is perfect for that android.
He's a depressed android. Extremely.
It's explained that, like, all androids end up with, like, a personality type thing, and that's just the luck of the draw that he got. And he's been looking for something to be able to fix it, but he never really succeeds. He's like, I have a massive computer for a brain, and I have to do this.
So if you're trying to recommend this to somebody, what would you tell them? In the simplest terms, how do you break this down as a plot? I can't really come up with something. I would say maybe it's a out of, it's like you said, it's an underdog.
Yeah.
Against the universe, against type hero, is sucked into circumstances, goes on this galactic adventure.
There's not an overall villain, is the first part I'm going to mention. It's a lot like Inception, okay, in that there is a plot within a plot within a plot.
Yeah.
Okay? So, like, the overall arcing plot is that they are trying to find this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, they're after a MacGuffin. Okay. We're not going to give spoilers away on that one, but like, there's
a guide.
Yes, that's one of the plots inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that's what most Steph's character is about? Is he is
teaching,
working on this guide, and he's like trying to fill out pages of it, and so that's what he was doing on Earth. Spoiler: he's an alien. He was on Earth trying to fill out stuff for the guide. And then Rockwell's got his own, like, goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the love story with, like, Dent and Deschanel. Or...
Martin Freeman.
Freeman and Deschanel, excuse me. Trillion, sorry. And then encapsulating all of that is a story that gets kind of referenced during the plot, the 42 thing, that is supposed to be like, this is the reason all of this happens. It was some grand experiment. And go watch it. Watch it twice, and then come back and talk to me in the morning.
Yeah, I think I may need to watch it again.
Yeah, please do.
For more Return of the Disc, visit returnofthedisc.com. Check out the audio version of today's show, available on all major podcast platforms. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.